Fuck out of here, cause these niggas is soft. Riding the track, cause I'm built like a Porsche. You don't want beef, you can catch it like North. Don't want me bullets, I'm back on my bullshit. I show you on roof, it's about my respect. I'ma step on their neck, nigga line up who next. I'ma give them lessons, cause they say that they want. Keeping it blunt, shout out Apollo and Phase on my niggas, what's up? Rope up the trunk and we ready to dump. Sending them shots and we leaving them slump.
Keeping it blunt, baby! You already know the world. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, cousin, we gotta give a disclaimer, man. You know what I mean? It's keeping it blunt. We're gonna offend somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we wouldn't be keeping it blunt if we didn't. You know what I'm saying? So.
cousin, yo. Today, we have a very special female guest on our show. You've seen her on Bellator, and of course on BKFC. She's the first female in history to have a knockout in bare knuckle fighting. Fun fact, that KO was to a two-time world champion and happened in 26 seconds. Also, Keeping It Blunt's first female champion. Please let's welcome featherweight BKFC champion, Jessica, the Black Widow, Borga! Get it! Welcome. How's your day today, Jess?
It's been amazing. Thank you for having me on. Amazing introduction. It's the best one yet, honestly.
Thank you. Yes. So before you got on, cousin, I was letting Jess know how like proud we are of her through like her accomplishment. You know what I mean? Like, and how we just get vested in people. You know what I'm saying? And she's done something super amazing. So I was just filling you in on what we kind of went over.
Yeah, let me apologize for being a little late. What happened was I put my phone on Do Not Disturb just so I wouldn't have any distractions. So then when he sent me the link, I didn't see it.
It's all good.
Which is funny, Jessica, because I was thinking to myself, I didn't know that, right? I just found that out right now. I was thinking to myself, he put on Do Not Be Disturbed. Where is he? And I wasn't thinking that applied to me too. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't thinking that. I'm
that is
like,
true.
bro,
You don't think that.
Right
That's so funny.
Anyway, cousin, yo, hit her with the first question, please.
So, yo, check this out. I don't know if you know this, but I think we're from the same place.
That's what he just told me. And I'm like, that's crazy. I should know you. Like, yeah. He said you're an amateur fighter. Where do you train out of?
I train at Cage Life in Auburndale.
Okay. I don't know that. Is that newer?
Yeah, they just opened up. They're a nonprofit.
Okay. I love that.
My coach, my jiu-jitsu coach, actually, he was telling me that he used to train with you. Casey Long.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I have so much respect for Casey. I love Casey. He is a wonderful person and an amazing jiu-jitsu artist. Yeah, he's just a good guy all around. That's awesome that he's your coach. I had no idea he opened a school. I feel terrible.
Yeah, he's coaching over there. Yeah, I got a good soft spot in my heart for Casey, man. Not only is he my jiu-jitsu coach, but he's actually one of my really good friends.
Well, so. He's a wonderful person. I have nothing but good things to say about him. I miss him being over there. I miss being at Champions more. But honestly, I got to focus on the tool that the fighting. It's the bare knuckle fighting is where I'm at right now. So I've just got to focus on that one focus.
Definitely, I understand that. You come first, you know?
Yeah, it's awesome though. That's really cool. We're not far from each other at all.
Well, if you ever got some time, you should stop through, man. We can get a little training session in. We'd love to have you, man. They'd be excited to see you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't even really trained much jiu-jitsu in a while because I've been focusing solely on, I wanted to get the belt. So I've been focusing on bare knuckle boxing and just boxing, really just traveling as far as I can all the way to Tampa to do it. So,
yeah,
but
definitely.
Just
that leads me into one of my questions. Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, honestly, just focusing on boxing. That's it, really.
Okay, I was gonna ask you. You ever think about going back to MMA, or you're just full head of steam on this BKFC?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I enjoy this right now. This is where my heart is right now. I don't see going back. I don't really have a want to go back to MMA right now. Honestly, the pay, the everything is just not. It is what it is.
I can see why you're like You're killing it. So
That's what I honestly feel more at home here than I ever did with MMA. And not to say I don't love it. I love MMA. I love every attribute of all the martial arts, and I love jiu-jitsu. That will always be my first love. I'm definitely still going to compete at some point with jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. But right now I'm just focusing on this. And with jiu-jitsu, honestly, I got more injuries with jiu-jitsu than anything. So why risk doing jiu-jitsu and getting injured when I'm focusing on a different craft? You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
So
That makes sense. So, with that being said, with the injury part, do you ever worry about, I mean, I don't want to be vain, right?
with bare knuckle.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty. Do you ever worry about one
No.
day, no?
I honestly no. I have been in MMA fights. I've gotten had a broke jaw. I've had 4 fractures in my nose. I've literally broke my nose 4 times. I've had taken some damage, and it just heals. I mean, you heal. It's not like you're going to be disformed forever.
Right.
It heals pretty good. And I had a serious injury in my jaw. I don't really care about that though, honestly. It hasn't changed me as a fighter. It hasn't changed, anything. I got the most durable titanium plates so that I can keep fighting. So
Oh yeah.
honestly, I could care less about being pretty, but I'm sure as hell going to use it.
I know that's right. That's right.
I think you're stupid if you don't use it.
And I know that's a
That's
silly
real
question,
shit.
but I had to ask it, because it's because
a lot of people say I'm too pretty to fight, and that's.
I mean, I don't want to go that route because that's kind of like sexist. But
That's exactly.
You know what I mean? But what I was thinking was just because now the gloves are off, cuts happen way more.
Way more.
Broken orbital bones happen. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
That's all. That's kind of why I was wondering that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I started with, and that's what I came from. I already have I have missing teeth. I was a brawler on the streets. It was stupid, but that's where I came from. That's where I've had grown men that I was in relationships with, not my literally kick my teeth out. There's things that some people, I probably 90% of people actually worry about, but not me. That doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do a reverse shout out, reverse shout out all the insecure men that put their hands on women. That's whack. We do not.
That's honestly why I started MMA. I got into it for self-defense because I was raised with my father being like that. I started getting in relationships that were the same way, with men putting their hands on me, and I never stood down, and that's probably why I know I can take a lot. But at the same time, I refuse to ever have another one put their hands on me without me being able to literally kick their ass.
That should be funny if they try and they don't know who you are and they think they're gonna.
It was funny because even back in the day, I would be at bars and I would see a man put his hands on a woman. Even with me being in those relationships and stuff like that, I still would get in the man's face, and literally I've knocked out guys at bars even beforehand just because they were putting their hands on women. I was like, fight a woman that'll fight you like a man, because I knew I could take it. I knew I was born in it, so it's like.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a lot about that part of your story, but I know it exists. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of especially being a champion, it kind of reminds me of that whole Roy Jones Jr., having that rough upbringing, and champion. Sean Strickland, rough upbringing, champion. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's crazy. You can thank your past for it.
Yeah, you don't want to give credit to that, but then there is kind of some credit to that,
That's honestly why I'm very open about my past, is because it's made me a fucking savage. It really had, everything that I went through, most people wouldn't survive. I feel like most people wouldn't allow it to push them to achieve greatness. Right. They'll use it as an anchor to hold them down rather than using it as fuel for the fire. And if you use it as fuel, it teaches you what you're capable of and what you can, go through and accomplish. So yeah, I use it. I use it all the time. I tell people all the time that it's made me who I am, and I'm grateful for it, honestly.
Oh yeah. So you born and raised in Lakeland?
For the most part, I moved around a lot when I was a younger kid. When my dad was a cop and everything, we moved around all over Florida. So I've lived in Bartow, I've lived in Winter Haven. I was actually born in Winter Haven. But then we moved to Virginia for 5 years. Then I moved to Wisconsin, and my dad moved around a lot. So we did. And then
Did
finally
you go
my
to high
mom,
school out here?
yeah, before I got kicked out of every high school I went to, yes.
So are you a Lake Gibson, Kathleen, or Lakeland?
McKeel. I was McKeel Academy, actually,
Oh, so
mainly.
you're
And
the
then I went to
private
Lake
school.
Gibson for like a very brief moment.
Okay. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I didn't last long. And well, McKeel was probably the longest because it's middle school and high school. And I went
Uh-huh.
all middle school and got kicked out at the beginning of high school. So
So you've always been a
I'm not
badass,
proud.
huh?
I honestly, my family would never let me do sports because of the religion. They never allowed sports. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and that
Ooh.
was like
No
that was
Christmas, no
another,
Halloween.
no birthday, no nothing.
Oh,
So that was
man.
another thing that was a little crazy in my past. That was just, in my opinion, it's like a cult, but whatever. But that's what made me. We weren't allowed to do competitive sports, so I've always had some anger, but I never really was the one that started it. I would always be the one to finish it. So if I was like a bully to the bullies, I was like almost like a vigilante. I would find the fights though. I would find them.
Oh yeah.
It was just that's how I got my aggression out. I wish I would have had MMA and stuff like that when I was a kid. I think that would have helped tremendously, and I think it teaches a lot about yourself as a kid and teaches you to be an adult, and learn how to cope with things.
Yeah, manage your anger, manage your emotions. Definitely.
It really does. I wish that and my son saved my life, honestly. I was going down a path that I figured I'd just end up in prison because probably end up usually maybe hurting someone pretty bad.
Well, that's the last place you want to end up, being from Polk County. Grady Judd don't play that shit.
We were born in the morning, but it wasn't yesterday. And the reason we didn't arrest Eric is because he's dead. We thought it'd be a waste of time just between you and me. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's crazy. I just got a thing in the mail after my fight congratulating me from Grady Judd. So that was pretty cool.
That's what's up.
That is dope.
It's crazy because anyone that I went to school with would, I'm sure I still have a lot of them on my Facebook. I'm sure that they were like, I was the most likely to end up in jail or prison or like just unsuccessful, but yeah, here I am.
Or the flip side, a few of them might be like, you know what? She was a brawler back in the day. I could see that,
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah, they did think that too, but they probably didn't expect me to do anything with it positive way.
Not be champion. Like, no, I'm champion, baby.
Yeah. And I try to use it as in a positive light too. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm a fighter. Well, I fight to be a better person every day. I want to be a better person. I don't want to be a shitty person.
Right.
I am a fighter. I won't use it unless I need it, but I'm there if I need it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's like it kind of reminds me. It's one of those, like I had a buddy, right? He was a gangbanger, and he actually ended up going into the military. And I was like, bro, how did we get from that transition? And he was like, what? He was like, I can kill people and not get in trouble. So it's kind of like you can fight people and get your aggression out and deal with your emotions, right? Maybe even help with your mental health, right?
Yeah.
Go to jail? Sign me up. Let's go.
Exactly. That's exactly right. That's me to a T. Honestly, that's
That's hilarious, dude.
So it helps though.
I can imagine getting that frustration out and not getting in trouble. That's always
because of my past, I have I have demons that I have to keep like really in control. I have to be in control of myself, and I have to be like, there's a side of me that even scares me. So like I have to be very, very on my thing about like all the things that I need to do personally, and I know that help me mentally and physically, that keep me at bay, and then I get to release those demons in the ring, or the cage or whatever, so
so Harley Quinn's always right around the corner, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really is. I fight every day. anger is my main thing. Like that's been me since I was a kid. I've just been very angry. I used to have a lot of rage, blah blah blah. But
That's
as
the
I've
fuel
gotten
to the
older,
fire.
it is. I mean, honestly, I used to fight that part of me, but now I actually work well. I always say now I work well with my demons and we go hand in hand. So now, I still have trouble on some days controlling that, because if I had any other kind of emotion growing up of like sadness or anything, I'd get my ass beat. Like literally my dad would give me something to cry about, as he would say. So I hid my sadness and my other emotions. So it's either happy or mad. I was either very angry or happy, So that's what I was taught my entire life, to just that was the only emotions I could have. So I've learned a lot about myself, and being able to work well with me now. But I still have my days where I'm a loose cannon.
So I'm not trying
Yeah,
to
we all do.
I'm not trying to stay in that negative space, but I do have one question. Is that where Black Widow emerged out of that time, or Black Widow came many years later?
I honestly think that it's always been there. That side of me, the fighter, has always been there. My coach named me the Black Widow just because I was a girl that threw around the guys like rag dolls, and I was a very difficult girl to deal with. And I was like this little blonde chick, coming in, very underestimated. But I think it's always been there. I think that side of me has always been that if I needed someone to depend on, I had her. Like that's the one that saved me.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
my favorite movies is Split. You seen it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely don't have that many personalities. No.
But the
No, but I
beast,
am.
the
I am
beast is
the beast.
the beast is your Black Widow. You know what I mean? Like
I do feel similar to that. Very, very close to that. Just, I'm an advocate for the mental health part, because I have one of the hardest things to battle mentally, and for me to accomplish what I have with having those issues and learning how to rewire my brain has been the biggest battle yet, honestly. So that's why I feel so much more powerful too, though, is because I'm able to control a lot more, and learning that stuff is just a game changer, honestly.
yo, cousin, ask me one of the other questions you got, man. You got some good questions.
So I was gonna ask you, like, do you think you fight to prove more to yourself, or like prove something to the world?
I think both. I think that's a big thing that I've done in my entire life, is to try to prove something to me, that I'm worth something, because I didn't feel like I was worth shit growing up. I didn't have the parents that were there to tell me anything good. It was always bad. So I always felt like I was nothing but a problem. So I became a problem, I guess you could say. But in a way, like it's to me to prove to myself more than the world. But I am going to prove it to the world too. So
I feel that. Because legacy is important.
it is. I do feel like that. I feel like I want to be different than everyone else. I want to prove something different than everyone else.
Well, you have been so far. You've been
Thank you.
whipping
It
ass.
took me a while. It took me a while. And I wish I would have got started with bare knuckle a little sooner, honestly, because I do feel like this is where my path was meant to lead.
Yeah.
But better late than never. And this is honestly when BKFC is starting to blow up. So it's just like when MMA started, it took some years for it to get started, but I feel like the epitome of the growth right now. So
Yeah, now you're one of the pioneers. You're like one of the Tank
exactly.
Abbott's, or the Chuck Liddells back in the day.
Word.
That's what
You're
we're
talking
talking
about the Black Widow. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up.
Like,
You're the Ronda Rousey of BKFC, straight up.
Yeah, that's honestly
Straight up.
so funny. I've gotten that a lot lately. Ronda Rousey of BKFC, and I've gotten the Mike Tyson of women.
Straight up. Let's
Like
go.
Mike Tyson,
Straight up.
because
hell
I
yeah,
finished
that's a
them all in
great
the first
compliment.
round.
ready. Work it out. Game, set, match. We have a new champion. It is Jessica Borga.
That's a great
That's what I'm like.
compliment.
I'll take all of those.
Hell yeah.
And
So
I'm
being
glad-
somebody, sorry. So being somebody from both worlds who's done MMA and BKFC, what would you say? What would you say is worse, getting knocked out or getting tapped out?
That's a great question.
Oh man, I've never been knocked out. Knock on wood. It can happen, but I think tapping out because you're literally giving up in that
Yeah.
instance, and to me, and that to me is worse than getting knocked out. But
I feel that.
and it also probably hurts a little more because honestly, getting knocked out shouldn't hurt. Maybe afterwards, but it shouldn't hurt when it happens.
Yeah, I think it's like I've never been knocked out either. Thank God. I've been knocked out by a baseball when I was a kid, and
Oh, really?
I was like walking across the field. I shouldn't even been there, and I got
wow.
hit by a baseball.
Back
and,
of
like, no, right on the side of the face, right on the jaw.
Damn. That's rough.
And
I take
I don't
that back.
remember
I
it at
have
all.
a long time ago. I fell and hit the back of my head, and this was like at the beginning as a takedown. At the beginning of my career, like 10 plus years ago. I did get knocked out but I literally didn't feel anything. So it's
Yeah,
like,
same. I don't remember it. The only reason I remember it happening is because afterwards everybody was like, "Oh, you got knocked the fuck out." Like,
yeah, I woke up on the other side of the gym, so they like moved me and everything, and I was like, "So do you want me to get me back in line?" And my coach was like, "No."
Go take a break, dude. Like, get some
Yeah,
water.
you need to chill now. Sorry.
Word.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. So here we are, like the pinnacle of your career. The crowd is roaring, right? You got the strap. You know what I'm saying? You're like, right?
Mm.
You get out. You're in the locker rooms now. Maybe you see your husband. You give him a kiss. You change your clothes. You take a shower. What's your first cheat meal?
Oh man, honestly, I am boring. I don't really stray away from my diet. I know everyone. I do sometimes. I'll tell you my favorite cheat meals, which I usually get really punished for. I feel like shit after I eat them. Pasta, but I usually try to eat the gluten-free and stuff like that. I know I'm boring. I like steak. I like sushi. I like chicken wings. Like those are probably the worst thing, and those I do crave sometimes. So yeah, I suffer for it though, because I have actually an autoimmune and thyroid issue. So if I eat stuff like that, it helps me stay on track though. So I'm actually grateful for it to an extent. But I have those issues, and if I don't eat and stay on like I said, if I don't stay on my shit, I suffer for it. So I just prefer to stay on my shit and feel good rather than.
Yeah. What do you normally eat? Like, what's a regular meal for you?
Just good stuff. Honestly, just the clean stuff. I like chicken, eggs, avocado, fruits, veggies. Like I said, I'll eat like Ezekiel toast and stuff like that. As long as it doesn't have flour and starch and stuff like that, I feel okay. So you can ask my coaches. We'll all go out to eat, and I'm still the one drinking water. I don't drink anything really but water and aminos. I don't like soda. Don't like any of that stuff. That makes me feel like garbage. And I don't really crave sugar, thank God. So, and when I do, they have the good for you stuff now that you can find, like the good for you gummies, the good for you stuff that doesn't have any sugar. So they got a lot of supplements now that supplement and get your fix that way, like chips. Chips are one of the things that I also crave. I will say that potato chips. I love potato chips, but they got like the Quest chips now, and that satisfies me.
They got a bunch of stuff. They got like Snicker bars and Reese's cups, the Quest brand and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they taste good to me. I don't
know. Yeah, they do taste good. No, the reason I ask is I'm personally starting to train and stuff like that and get more into it, and I want to learn how to eat like a champion. You know what I mean?
It took me years.
Steal some of your
literally
meals.
took me years. And it honestly, for what works for some people doesn't work for others. I spent a lot of money on figuring out my blood type and figuring out what foods work best with me as well. I put a lot of time and effort and money into nutrition and supplementing and just the things that are supposed to do best for you. Like I have a hyperbaric chamber at my house. So So this thing is super spacious. I also have my Firefly recovery devices on while I'm doing my hyperbaric. But you can see how much, I'm not even touching the end, and this thing is huge. So if you're worried about claustrophobic issues, claustrophobia, you don't have to worry about that. Like, honestly, if you can see how well it goes up very far. I have a pretty wide arm span, and you're just relaxing in the chair, laying down. It's very easy. It's not closed in. You have a lot of space. You can move freely. It's definitely worth trying. I really put a lot of time into recovery, and I did not do that at first. For a long time, I did not do that.
That's the right way to go about it, though. Yeah, as you should.
It's
You
a
know what I
game
mean? You want
changer.
longevity in the sport, and you want to be the best version of yourself when you step in there, and that has to do with you feeling great. After a hard workout, after doing 2 a days, 3 a days, and even after a tough fight, you want to be able to recover and get ready for your next one.
Yeah.
So I definitely I can appreciate that as an athlete myself.
It does take a while, though. If you're looking into the food thing, it definitely takes a while, and it takes the time to adjust. So don't think cold turkey is ever going to work. It isn't. You're human. You're going to crave the bad stuff. I still do. I just remember how it makes me feel if I eat it. So it's like, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
My goodness. So any matchups for you that excite you right now? Like, I know, being the champion and all, and the way you've been on a tear, I can imagine some people don't want to fight you.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard finding opponents. It's been it's almost a year every time, if not a year every time. After this, I don't know. I don't think they're really lining up to fight me, unfortunately. But I really will fight anyone. I want big names, if possible. I do want to fight Cyborg eventually, if that's ever a possibility.
Thinking that.
Yeah, that's what I would love to fight her. I would love to build the division a little bit, because I think once I fight her and beat her, who's gonna be like?
Yeah, who else?
Who else?
Yeah, I would like to build the division for women a little bit more too. So I would like to get more women in. I would like to have people fight to get to the title, but I don't want it to take me forever to get a fight. So even if it's a catch weight and it's not for the belt, I still want to fight. So just anyone. I just want to fight.
Yeah, stay active, man. You don't use it, you lose it.
Did Misfit and you squash the beef?
Oh, that girl. I want to put her through the fucking canvas. No, it would be squashed if she would just shut the fuck up about it or sign the contract. Don't keep talking about it if you're not going to sign the contract. You called me out, you can come play with me. And I even offered her a 5-pound difference. No, I'm not going to come all the way down to 35. You called me out. You can either come to me at 45, which if you call someone out, you go to their weight class, or take the 140 catch weight. I'm not going any lower than that. And she shouldn't be worried about 5 pounds. 5 pounds is not going to save her.
Wow.
Thanks.
So, cousin, you got one more or two more questions?
Yeah, I got a couple more questions. I
came ready. I came ready. I got them all. I came ready.
Oh, me too. What you mean? But anyway,
I love it.
When I found out we was getting the Black Widow, I was like, I gotta do my research. I gotta get my shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know.
We need a part 2.
But you're kind of a big deal.
It's hard for me to even think that, though. Honestly, I don't know. I know I'm getting that way, but to me, I'm still me from Lakeland. It's not. I don't know.
I feel that.
It's hard to be like, oh, I'm.
Well, hopefully before you realize how big you really are, you come out to Cage Life and you give us a little training session.
I don't care how big I get. I still my people that I've been with, like Casey. I'm always going to be there. I'll always stop by.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he reaches out to you, and I'm gonna add you on Facebook as well, and we'll keep in touch.
Definitely.
But one of my questions I was gonna ask you, so if you could fight anybody, you had a time machine and you can just go to any time, you can fight anybody you want. I'm talking about you could fight all the way back to like Xerxes and like Roman times and stuff. Or you can fight somebody who's in the BKFC right now. You know what I mean? So like, who would it be?
I'd love to beat up Ronda when she was at her best. That would be that. Yeah, I would have loved to fight her at her best. Just the legends like Cyborg and her, like the people that were really something at their sports at their time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know, the best of the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Respectful, because like a lot of people dodge those fights. A lot of people dodge the best of the best, and like you being at the top of your sport right now and wanting to fight people at the top of their game, I love that.
I always have, honestly. If you look at my record, like people don't look at who you fight, really. They just look at your record. I've always challenged myself. I've always, like, I literally got thrown into my first pro fight after having 10 amateur fights in 2 years. I went pro. And I had no experience before going at all. Like my, MMA starting was just fresh. I didn't have any wrestling. I didn't have any of that in school. I didn't have any of that. So it was all fresh. 2 years. I don't think it was even quite 2 years. It was almost 2 years. I did 5 amateur fights and then got thrown into pro. And my first pro fight was a Bellator and Invicta veteran and had like 12 or 14, maybe even 16 fights already. And that was my debut. So, like, if you think about it, like, I've always tested myself. And then I got the Bellator actually really fast. I got offered UFC, turned down UFC for Bellator, which everyone freaked out about.
But I could understand. I could understand why. Yeah, I could definitely understand why.
Yeah.
You get to keep your sponsors. You get to keep, you know what I'm saying? You get to keep everything. They don't really try to step on what you're doing in your individual life, as in the UFC, they control you.
Yep, the sponsors was a big thing, and it was the Contender Series, and they wanted me at 125, and they were only offering $1,000. I got paid $8,000 for my first fight with Bellator.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, I got to keep my sponsors and everything. It was a pretty easy, and I was 145 where I wanted to be.
Yeah,
cut down to 125. Are you kidding me?
And Bellator is not like tiny either,
No, it was. Good. Yeah, it was. It was. Now it's bought out and everything. But yeah, it was. Yeah, right there with the UFC. The UFC is just the name. So I don't really care about that. I just wanted to fight and get paid and keep my sponsors.
Yeah, definitely. So you still have any like in ties with that organization or anything?
No, honestly, I haven't really, since they got bought out and then they're kind of gone now. I mean, it's really more just PFL. I haven't heard really anything. I've gotten some offers for some MMA fights, but I'm talking like no money. And I'm like, there's just no point in it for me.
No, it's a slap in the face at this point. You're doing your thing. Like,
it kind of is. Like, why would I take a paid like cut to do something that I'm not even enjoying as much as what I'm doing? I don't know.
I would have taken a picture of me holding the belt and been like,
the fuck? No.
See this? Like, don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I've gotten some offers for some TV stuff too that is supposed to be in July. So we'll see. It's actually a featured movie. Like, so it's some really big stars in it. So we'll see if that plays out. But it's, as long as it's not going to take away any time from what my main focus is, then I'm game for it. So
that's what's up.
So I do have a question for you that I'm not a female, so I'll never understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know you got the OnlyFans and you do the adult thing too.
Yeah.
So my question is it the same for a woman as a man to withhold from having sex during camp?
No, actually. So we have a better end of that than you guys do, unfortunately. The more we have sex in fight camp, the higher our natural testosterone. So, I already have a very high threshold for, I think anyone that follows me knows that. And I'm very open about it too, because I feel like society has made it a wrong thing and it's a natural thing to want and to engage in. Like it's a natural form of, we're animals. Like come on, it's a natural thing. So people just shun it because society made it wrong, and it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong about it. So
all right, everybody does it.
Yeah, everyone does it.
How'd you get here?
And it's funny, the ones that are usually the most like, oh my God, no, are usually the ones that are hiding some really serious issues. So I'm just saying.
Y'all got something.
There's always something, but if you're not hurting anyone and it's not breaking the law, get over it. Mind your business. If it's not for you, that's fine. But, don't shun someone else because usually it's the ones that are wanting to be as open as the other ones that they're bashing the ones that are open about it.
Right.
I personally think it's great. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bashing it at all.
I think everyone should. You have one life to live it up. Why are you like holding back? Find a companion that is on the same page as you and live life together. Be best friends and live it up. The best, honestly, the best relationship in life I've ever had. Like
so many people live life and think about, oh well, what if I would have did this or that? Yeah, at least you'll never have those like. I did it. Fuck it. Like
that's exactly. Yep. When I die, I know I'm going to be able to tell myself like, and everyone knows that she lived her life to the fullest. Like that's never missed an opportunity. Didn't not try something. I'm glad. I'm happy about it. I love it.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
What's up?
That's what's up.
Would you ever try regular boxing or slap?
I've been asked, oh man, I would slap the shit out of someone. But I think it's so dumb though. Now I do hear that they pay really good, but I think it's dumb. Just sit there and let someone hit you like that, especially a slap. Oh, I would want to hurt someone so bad.
I'm not gonna lie, this entertaining as fuck though.
It is, but I could take it. But man, they would have to pay me a shit ton of money to do that. Like, yeah. I don't have any want to actually do that. But regular boxing, yeah. I do regular boxing if they paid me good.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's boring with gloves on, but
you already have a name, you know what I'm saying, a big name in your sport. So I don't see why not make a big match for you in boxing and you get a lucrative opportunity out of that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm game. I definitely want to, like I said, I just want to compete and I just want to do it as often as I can. And boxing is more similar to my sport now. So, I'm definitely game for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm down to my final question. What's next? What's next for the Black Widow? What we got coming up in the future?
Man, I'm hoping to get a fight sometime around August. I'm hoping. I'm waiting to hear. I'm sending names. I'm sending like just anyone, everything, like to get a fight. Because I train like I'm in fight camp all the time. I train consistently. I train to get better, and I want to fight more than once a year.
Yeah. So nothing locked in yet. Just looking for an opponent.
Yeah. Right now. Just hoping it doesn't take me until next April.
Anybody you want to call out specifically by name?
Oh, I already said that I'll fight Misfit tomorrow. Just to squash it. Like if it's gonna keep going about it, just let's end this. Let's see who the baddest bitch is.
Hell yeah. That question's kind of answered. Like, look behind you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. And she's a champ too. But like. Mm-hmm. Look at my fights and look at your fights. I'm sorry, but like if you're wanting to say that you're the queen of violence, who's more violent? It's speaking for itself, really. But I mean, if I have to fight her to shut this up, then like let's go.
Let's run it.
Made official this evening. Could this be the baddest woman on the planet? Let's bring them both up. She's your flyweight champion, Christine, the Misfit Faria, versus your featherweight champion, the Black Widow, Jessica Borga.
Let's go. Champy champ. Champy champ. This is the real deal right here. Real deal. Respect. That's what we do. The baddest women in the game. Who's the baddest? I am the baddest women in the game. Who's the baddest? Face forward. Face forward. Face forward. Face forward. Face forward. Let's go. That's what we do. Face forward. Let's go.
You're just mad you didn't do what I did.
Let's go. Give it up! Woo! Awesome. Fucking awesome.
I just don't. Here's what I don't understand. If you got one person claiming to be the baddest where they're at, and you got other person claiming to be the baddest where they're at. Why do we have to do the weight thing?
Exactly. We're in the same sport. Why are we beefing? Like, you are 2 weight classes underneath me. But it's fine, whatever. I offered her a fight to begin with. This is what started this whole thing, is I offered her a fight to begin with to save her fight that fell through after I had just fought 2 weeks before that. So I was still offering to cut weight after just cutting 2 weeks ago, and down more because I offered a catch weight at 40 because she was going to fight at 35. So she was going to fight at 35. I'm a 45er, and I offered in the middle at 140. And she said that I wasn't good enough to fight her. That's what started this whole beef. I'm like, I would have loved for someone to step up and save my fight. I would have done anything for that to happen. Right. So I was being nice and offering her the fight to begin with. We had no beef at that point.
Right.
Now you want to talk shit.
But I said, if you want to start the shit, all right.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I've learned. So we've been doing this now for over a year, about a year and a half. And the one thing I've learned, and I was very surprised to learn, was how many people pull out of a fight. Like, I get it for injury, but like, just because they're scared or whatever, like why do we, or like Ryan Carroll, poor guy, like he's a BKFC dude.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, all the way until weigh-in, the guy pulls out. He did all that. You know what I mean? It's like, dude. So I see what you're saying about trying to be helpful. You're like, look, I'm trying to throw you a bone, and I'm the one got cut weight. So really, you were taking more of a chance. Really.
I really was, and I honestly, like, I respected her at that point. Like, I knew what she was, and I've never taken away what she's done for the sport. She's been like a veteran in it. So I've never taken that away from her, but I actually respected her at that point. But then I was like, wow, all right, you're not going to fight me, or just admit why you won't fight me. I would have more respect for that. Like, if you don't say that, it's not because I'm not on your level. That's hilarious because, well, it's shown for itself, but don't say that if you're really just scared.
Word.
Yeah.
Just say, no, you're too big.
and you know, we are super happy to have the Black Widow on the show, and I'm not trying to take away from that, but I do have a question in regards to your opinion. Okay. Do you think Mike Perry will ever come back, or he's done with BKFC?
I honestly don't see him coming back. I've heard that he wants to. I don't think he'll ever fight my teammate, which really wants that fight, as we all know. Right. Dave Mundell wants it bad. And I unfortunately don't think that's going to happen. I hope it does. I hope he comes back for that fight in particular.
I hope that Jake Paul fight didn't take away his allure and his steam, because
because it's different. Boxing is different.
Right.
It's not the same as bare knuckle boxing. So don't let that phase you, because I don't feel as I'm as good in boxing gloves. Those things, to me, they're annoying. I mean, but it is what it is. We train in it, it does make you a different fighter, though. I've seen a lot of bare knuckle boxers that are great go into a boxing match and not do as good. It's just not the same. It's not the same sport.
Right.
Yeah, you're not causing the same amount of damage. The same. If I would have punched you with these boxing gloves or bare knuckle, there's a chance I might crack your face open, as opposed to these boxing gloves. I just popped your head back a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't get in. A lot of people hesitate more because they're bigger, so you can't get in as little spaces. You can't do. There's a lot of difference to it.
That too.
And people don't realize that. Yeah, but I think that if you're good at one thing, stick with that.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. So why do you think it's a shorter road to seeing gold in bare knuckle than in MMA? We had another bare knuckle gentleman on. He fights for BKB before it was BYB Extreme. And he was saying that, like, he was going to do boxing originally, but then he realized that there's a shorter road to gold in bare knuckle. Why do you think that is?
I think there's more. MMA is bigger right now. I mean, just because it's been out longer, I feel like I said, it's going to take some time and I think it's growing. It is growing at a faster pace, literally, than MMA was. So it's going to be the big, it is the fastest growing combat sport in the world right now. But it's just not as big as MMA. There's way more I feel like it's harder to get there because the bigger promotions, you got to work your way up a lot more than just getting into a bare knuckle promotion. You know, there's levels to it, I feel like, in MMA, and there's less levels with the BKFC or bare
Yeah.
knuckle in general.
Yeah, they're still establishing themselves as a sport.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's going to get bigger where they have to work their way up to, you know, like BKFC or bigger
Oh,
promotions.
definitely. It's going to be huge. I don't see the BKFC going anywhere because, like, I tune into these fights. Like, if UFC and BKFC on at the same time, I'm like this with my phone and then watching the TV at the same time because I'm
Yeah,
I'm not
I
trying to
mean, it
miss none of
is.
that.
And it's crazy because when someone say they don't know about it, it's like that tells you right there. It's growing because so many people don't know about it yet. And when they do, and when they go to their first event, they're always like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't know about this. So when they do find out about it, it starts spreading like wildfire again, you know? So it's getting there. It's definitely getting there.
Right.
I just think it's going to take a little bit.
So quick pivot off of fighting per se and more into some of like just kind of who you are as a person. Other than loving on 3 dogs and 2 cats, do you have any hobbies?
I do. Honestly, anything outdoors. I love nature. I actually crave it. Like going for, even if it's just a hike in the woods or just being around any kind of body of water or on the water in a boat or something. I am all for anything outdoors. I love outdoors. I love the way I feel when I'm doing anything with, you know, outdoors and physical activity, really. I love any sports. I would rather play them than watch them, though. I'm not a fan of sitting down and watching anything, really. But anything with my family as well. I love the time with my family. I honestly could do that more than hanging out with friends any day. I'm not a big partier. I do occasionally we'll go out with our friends and stuff like that, and they're big partiers, but you know, it's very occasional.
Right.
Definitely.
I'm gonna put this out there. Now, you didn't say this. To be clear, America and the world, Jessica did not say this. I'm saying this. I caught you looking, Conor McGregor.
And her opponent is a true boxing veteran of 21.
I got a picture of it, and I'm gonna post it. I caught you looking.
I think he was just, I don't think he was looking.
Is there? And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. Will the DJ please turn up the bass to the max, please?
You can't really even see it that good in that fight skirt.
Yeah, you got her blushing, like she's blushing.
I think he was just waiting to put it around my waist. He was holding on to the belt.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
You know what, though? Honestly, though, man, Conor is actually a great guy.
I can imagine.
Just speaking to him and everything, he really takes care of people. And he's actually a really just down to earth, funny, good guy.
That's what's up. So I think you've had like 21 fights, right? Counting amateur, right?
Yeah, if you're counting everything.
Long road. Yeah. Is there any fights though in that time that have been canceled that you wished that you could have rescheduled?
There's one that was canceled and I did reschedule and I actually won the belt in my amateur for that one. Trying to think if there was any actually canceled that I don't think as pro. No, the only one that canceled was that debut for bare knuckle, and she was nobody. I actually liked that Click stepped up because she had already fought for a championship. Yeah, she's usually a lower weight class, but she was a brawler, and she had already fought for a championship. So I actually give a lot of respect to Click. She fights at, if not the same weight class, if not lower than Misfit, and she fought me. So anyway.
Shout out to her, Click.
Yeah.
So she stepped up at the last minute. So I wouldn't care to fight the other girl. Apparently she stole money and she's blackmailed or blacklisted or something. So no, not that I think of. I would love to go back on some of the ones that I wasn't myself in the fight.
Yeah.
Like some of the MMA fights, before I found out what weight class worked for me, the weight cuts really messed with my health. And before I found out what was going on with my health, I had a lot of health issues. And if you saw, you could tell I wasn't me in those fights.
Yeah.
If that made sense. Like all my wins are in the first round pretty much.
Yeah.
If you look at it from amateur and pro.
Is that the game plan? Is that the game plan to get it done in the first round?
No, I honestly don't think people can match me. When I show up, when it's me, I don't see anyone beating me. Like, and now that I've got figured out on how, I really don't feel, if I show up, man, that's why they can't match my aggression and I've always been very strong. I've always been very aggressive. Like I said, those demons work well with me and they put it down in the first round usually.
Right.
But people think because I've always won in the first round that I can't go all rounds. And I have won decisions before. I have went the distance. So it's not that either. So
Word. What has been more exhilarating for you? Your very, very first win or that belt behind you?
Definitely the belt. Oh man, there's nothing even come close to matching that feeling. It's insane. Like this is what, I've worked my ass off for. I've wanted to be world champion. That's just the main goal. You want to achieve something like that. But I also achieved other goals because I wanted to be the first in bare knuckle history to get the first knockout. I wanted to do all that and I did it in 26 seconds and it's just like surreal. It's crazy.
Do your kids, do they understand that when they see you hurt and everything, that this is like what you want and they're not scared?
I think so. I think they have seen me go through some stuff. I have 3 kids, 2 stepkids and one of my own. And they're full support, full understanding that, they've seen me pretty messed up. They've seen me come out of fights, like looking jacked up, there's a fight's a fight, both are usually getting hurt. But with my bare knuckles so far, I've come out without a scratch pretty much on every fight. So not to say that that's not always going to be the case, it's bare knuckle and I expect it.
That's right. Man, phew, what a fun time. Like this has been one of the best interviews we've had. No, me too. You guys are great. You're easy to talk to. It's awesome that he's from the same area. That's awesome. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
When I come visit, we got some people to hang out with. We got Ryan Royal Reber to hang out with. We got
Reber.
Yeah, he was on the show. We had him on the show. I mean,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had him. I got Rodney Henson. Rodney Henson actually trained one of my opponents that I fought. And actually, I might end up having to fight him again because while I've been injured, he's been working his way up in the rankings. And I'm supposed to be getting a title shot here soon in my organization. So,
for which promotion?
For RCF, Real Cage Fighting.
Okay. I know. I've heard of that one.
Yeah. So hopefully, if you can come out, oh man, that'll make my night. Like I see you out there. I might kill him. I might rip his head off of his body.
Got to show out. Can't take an L tonight.
You, bro, for real.
No, seriously, keep me updated because I love to go out and support people that are like up and coming. I love like just supporting people that have the same passion with fighting and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff. That's what we're here for. I feel like, the older veterans.
Word.
No, for sure.
Is there anybody you want to shout out?
We are having a gala in October. We're hoping to confirm the date this week, if not today. Hopefully it'll be October 25th and it's in October. So of course, you guys know my nonprofit organization is for domestic violence victims and survivors and bringing awareness to the cause. So this in October, it being National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, is in honor of that. So I am so stoked to be throwing this huge event. We're, partnered with some amazing business leaders, some amazing other nonprofit organizations like Ignite Her Incorporated. She's an incredible person. She has an amazing story. If you guys don't know her, check her out. Tiffany's an amazing person. But we have partnered together to make this gala happen. It's going honestly, all my sponsors, my family, my coaches, my team, like get me to where I am. My strength and conditioning coach, like they're making me just way more of a savage than I already am and more dangerous. I'm just getting started in the sport and they're making me, like, you can tell with each fight that the progression, like, so it's like, it's just exciting to think about the future, when I'm not even hitting my full potential right now. That's just crazy.
You're just scratching the surface.
It really am. I really am. And they're like, you are progressing so fast and just so it's so awesome to see. And just hearing that just makes me excited about the future and being able to do it because of my sponsors. HK is an amazing guy. If you guys haven't spoken to him, he's like an awesome person, does so much for the fighters and the promotions. Of course, bare knuckle fighting championships, they give me the opportunity. I love my sponsors. My biggest sponsors, Secrets and Eye Candy. They're with my swinger lifestyle, but they're so supportive and they're just awesome people. Honestly, if you haven't been to that resort, even if you're not a swinger, it's fun to go to and it's a good time. So
I might have to go check it out.
it's so much fun. They got pools, they got DJs, they've got like dancing, they got everything, but it's just the type of people, it's non-judgmental, you're cool, you're relaxed.
I love it. And we got Thrill Ride living here. All the great questions they want to know, or he, she, it could be a group. Do you have a favorite room at Secrets Hideaway that you love to stay in when you come here? Like any
there's so
favorites
many good rooms.
Right?
There's so many good rooms.
Like room 210 that we're pitching here this week, right? It's our room of the week. Bam, bam, bam.
Maybe the Egyptian room I like.
That one's cool too. Like the full Pharaoh tomb in there.
Yes, yeah. They went all out on that one. But there's been so many. I don't have a favorite. I guess I'm going to think about that.
See that? She has so much fun.
There's so many good
Any
rooms.
room is cool. It's just, it's all about the party that's going on inside there, right?
Awesome. They keep coming with better ones. It's just fun. It's just a good time. And the Eye Candy people and their Eye Candy energy. If you haven't tried that, I know I'm not supposed I know BKFC has like bucked up, but Eye Candy energy is like, it's just amazing. I love it.
Just keeping it blunt. And we ain't sponsored by BKFC, so you do you.
That's right.
Or bucked up or any of them. I used to work for Red Bull though. And here's the fun fact for you, Jessica. We spoke on one of your threads because I think you were shouting them out. You were like, oh, this is the best energy drink. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, and I scratched out and I said something about fixing the Red Bull. Was that one?
I think. Well, I don't know if it was that one, but I remember, and I was like, "Really? You think that's the best one?" And you were like, "Yeah, in my opinion, it's the best one."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You remember? I do like the taste of that one better than any other ones that I've ever tasted, and I did like Red Bull the most, honestly, before.
Okay.
And then I tasted this one, the cotton candy one. I'm like. And I don't like to drink those. Honestly, I don't like to drink a lot of caffeine and stuff like that. But if I need something, I go straight to them now.
What are they called again? Shout them out.
Eye
Candy Energy. Yeah,
I'm gonna check that out.
So good, and they're spreading like wildfire everywhere now too. So it's pretty cool to see they're getting out there and they're getting big. Oh, look at
that! Hell yeah!
Right on time. Right on time, my guy. Right on time.
He's always there. I'm telling you, he always has my back.
That's what's up.
Oh, and that was the cotton candy flavor, yeah?
Yeah, that is the cotton candy. Yep.
So
yeah, they have other ones too. I think just regular and sugar free, but this one's also sugar free. So
okay.
I love it. They're awesome.
Give that a try.
But I like because they're good people. I like to associate with good people, and these people are just like they've been supportive of my career, and the people that they love, they really love. Like they stand behind them, and I love that. Loyalty is everything to me. So I just love that kind of people.
Well, great news. You're a part of the Keeping It Blunt family, so you got our loyalty as well. Straight up.
Hell
right
yeah.
back at y'all.
Hell yeah. Hey, before we wrap it up, you mind giving us a quick shout out to Keeping It Blunt, baby?
Yeah, Keeping It Blunt, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. Let them know.
I appreciate that.
Hey, cousin, you think America and the world's tired of hearing our voice?
They might be tired of us for her now, but they'll never get tired of seeing the Black Widow knocking bitches out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, have a great training, Black Widow.
Thank you.
We salute you, and
Thank you guys for having me on.
for part 2, let me know. We'll be in touch.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Look out for my friend request.
Absolutely will.
Appreciate you.
You guys.
Bankroll. Ain't no place I can't go. I'm too goddamn fly, super characteristic. It's me, bankroll so vicious like halitosis. Bitches they striking, they posing them look like money, yep, and they know it. Rhymes filling the cup, bartender, you know I'm a poet. Got me feeling outlandish. Oh, so damn, I'ma grow it. Tell my niggas what's happening. Put my city on the map. With the dancing fast and rapping trapping. Whipping the money like 4 ways. Grind time, no off days. Whipping the liquor when crime pays. Do it for my people, rockin' no J's. Work for myself, I ain't no slave. Bankroll. Blowing cookies in that purple haze. Bankroll. That money. Bankroll. Niggas hating, they just say nigga try to go on bad. It'll free my little brother bad. Bank around, paper bag. Flipping and whipping and getting money. Ain't talk that shit, we ain't talking money. M-O-N anyway. We don't doubt, we multiply. Bankroll. Bankroll too swole. Bankroll and Viagra. Get away in Niagara. The penny falling, yes, the penny's falling. Fuck a bitch if the money calling. All about the Ben Franks. Fuck a bitch, nigga, thanks. Fucking with my bankroll. Fuck nigga, walk a plank. Bankroll super fresh. Bankroll super clean. Bankroll super mean. Touch money, that's a team. Bankroll. That money. Bankroll.